this year has been the 25th anniversary of Lord of the Rings in the theater. Uh, Lord of the Rings is a very important movie trilogy to me, important franchise, IP to me. I love Lord of the Rings so much, and I've been thinking about in the last couple months since the 3.0 update got released in Animal Crossing of what I would want to do for my Slumber Island as it's almost too much opportunity to really narrow down on like, oh, what do I really, really like? And it was when I finally saw Lord of the Rings in theater, which I never got the opportunity to do in 2001, because on the account of me being 5 years old, I was able to enjoy the movie how it was originally intended. It was epic, it was huge, it was heartfelt and cozy, dare I say it. There was so much to it that I just got really excited and I realized, oh, this is actually what I'm going to be doing for my slumber island. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my large slumber island Lord of the Rings Middle Earth themed. So I've been trying to think of where to even get started. It's going to be something very overwhelming. I've never really fully committed to making one aesthetic island. My main island that I have now is something that's been developed slowly over time. Just changing one thing here and there, keeping it overall functional and not changing too much at any point. What better way to really narrow down on how to start this huge project than a collage, a vision board? So on Canva here, thank you, Canva, I have a whiteboard open and I've gotten some ideas of where I want to roughly start off with. So this says medium island. I also realized we're not doing medium. We're doing a large island. Large slumber island. We want to have it. I'm kind of hoping I can rope my sister and Dende Celebes into making this, but what I want to happen for it is to be starting off in the Shire. So what we would think of for the Shire is very warm colors, yellow, green, some nice brown earth tones, of course, have some farms. I put some inspiration here from the movies, so Bilbo's home in the background just to remind myself kind of what it overall looks like. If we can figure out how to do a hobbit hole, we are going to do a hobbit hole, but of course, we're going to have farms. I also put some nice recipes that I thought would be very cozy. I think of stews, soups, pumpkins, things like that. And then as we move toward the back of the island, it's going to be more so of what their journey is as the Fellowship. I also have a photo here just to remind myself of my favorites. And also what beautiful colors are in this movie. Beautiful materials, velvets. Oh, it's so gorgeous. So it's going to be a lot of earth tones, of course. Now, another section I want to have is Rohan, for where Aragorn, Gimli, Legolas, and Gandalf end up in the middle of the movies. We'll have a castle-ish. We'll see how close we can. I don't want to completely recreate this, but I'm thinking more so alleyways, like dirty alleyways. Try to reference that it is a very much horse-focused culture. There is the caravans as they escape from the orcs. So we're gonna have war refugees, I guess, going. I'm thinking also a lot of gyroids are gonna be part of this island, which I didn't really use in my other one. This is gonna be the soup that not Legolas. Who am I thinking of? Eowyn. That Eowyn makes for Aragorn. That's just awful. The anchovy recipe. I don't know where else to really put it, so we're gonna put it in Rohan. And also some sheepies, again, to give a bit more of a farm area. We're gonna be on the road, so we're gonna have some campfires, uh, potatoes, boil, mash them, stick them in a stew. We'll try to do a little bit of a weathertop perspective, I'm thinking, or have it as an actual area, and we can use Stonehenge. I used to have Stonehenge. I think I lent it to my other sister, Strigazia. So I'm hoping one of us will get an extra one at some point. Use some decayed trees, and as you can see, there's a lot of blank spots. This is going to be a collage I'm going to develop as I come up with more ideas, because I really haven't started anything yet. And I also do want to have an elf area. Haven't really thought too hard about it just yet, but more so, I think if we include some gazebos, probably again with the castle walls, make it mystical, really utilize the architecture that we can, like with the diagonal bridges. I think we can really make something really pretty. I have a little bit of inspiration here from Pinterest of maybe not exactly like this, but a lot of waterfalls, diagonal bridges, connecting nature. I think that'll work. And then at the back of the island, we're eventually going to develop Mordor, which is going to be much more of a simple, true perspective shot where we have the volcano item in the back, going all good. Now, if you can see my collage here, you're going to notice that there's a couple items. The guardian and the statue here that I don't have right now. I don't have Legend of Zelda items yet. I really need to figure that out. So that's going to be another part of the journey. But enough of that, enough of the collage. Let's move on to what we're actually going to be working on. Okay, so in order to go and make a slumber island, we need to do some slum. It's slum time. Now, I've only just started peeking into the Slumber Highlands. Didn't really want to get too into it until I had a bit more of a coherent theme in mind. Again, it's been very overwhelming thinking of what I would want to do. So Luna's gonna help us out here. I want to slumber. I want to dream my own slumber island. Luna has given us these 4 options. I'm gonna go with this one that's flat. It has the 2 river mouths at the front. I think that's gonna be the less obtrusive. Also doesn't have a peninsula, doesn't have a secret beach in the back. I think that will actually be to our benefit. So that is the one we want. We're gonna go ahead and continue. This session is gonna be a bit more of a brainstorm, figure out how I feel about, well, starting off in the Shire, but kind of rough planning essentially. And kind of see what the size that we're working with. She said it's similar to her own island. I'm assuming that probably means it's exactly the same. And I know there are island planners, and I think I will eventually get to use that as we get a bit further into the island. When we go into Rohan, we start going to more of the elf areas. I think I really want to start using that. But right now, I want to kind of figure out what are these mechanics and how they actually work. I think most people jumped into it right away, and that's okay. Hey, buddy. Lloyd, thank you so much for your assistance. We're gonna be great business partners. Oh, my house. Okay. And I think my house will be... what would make sense? I could potentially make it into the Shire and then shield it. Alright. Oh, it's April right now. What a coincidence, considering I time traveled to April when I said I wouldn't. Hee hee. Okay, and it is just flat. Don't know what I was expecting from that. Okay. And I just want to take a look at the beaches in the back, so that's where I'm heading now. I want to see how much room we have over here. Oh yeah, that is actually a really big spot. That has potential. Ma'am, that does have potential. Okay. Yeah, this is a very big spot. Oh, this is very similar to the rock that I have on my island, actually. I think it's almost identical. Okay. So because there's so much... oh, and then there's this one here. That's fairly big as well. Where would I want to put Mordor? I guess in the back would be probably the best. Let's see what's over here, how it looks. Yeah, my rocks look very similar on the... are these back corner rocks just exactly as my own island? That's so silly. Okay. Based on this, I think the left side would be for Mordor. Let me bring out a map. Okay. So for me, I'm going to just draw some shapes on here so we can follow it. I'm thinking back left corner will be the perspective shot for Mordor. That's going to be... I might just place a volcano there, so we always have it in the forefront of our minds. Sauron is always there. He's always going to be watching. We can't forget our goal, which is to destroy the ring. And I think that's going to be a good first thing to do. And then we'll head back to the front, start working on the Shire, which I think if we just keep it to that main front row, maybe these like back, like these front three here, and then the middle two will be for Rohan and for Rivendell / the Mirkwood. Kind of combine. I'm gonna combine Rivendell and Mirkwood into a bit more of their own. And then the back corner that's not Mordor, I think we'll make it a bit more Mines of Moria dwarf themed. It's a bit tricky because we can't go underground, obviously, which is where the dwarves tend to stay. But I do want to have a reference to all the major races. So I think that'll be a good idea. Okay. And back here. And like I said, we are going to put a volcano here. I'm so silly. I think earlier I was saying like, oh, if I have Stonehenge, I can put it. I forgot that you just use items. That's why I'm doing it on a slumber island. So I don't have to purchase all these items because I can't afford all the castle walls. I already have had Stonehenge. I sent it to Strigazia so she could have it. So of course it's going to be in my inventory to access. Oh, I'm so silly. Okay. But the twist is I haven't ever actually unlocked a volcano. Has it always been too expensive where I'm like, oh, but I'm not going to use it on my main island? Oh, jeez. I don't even have a volcano. This is going terribly. Okay. I know we said that Sauron was always going to be the front of our minds, but look at these cherry blossoms. We're not going to be doing that to him. Okay. So I'm thinking that the front left square is right now for the Shire, because there's less rocks there, so I think that's just going to be a little bit more idyllic. And I'm just going to place some markers down. And maybe just terraform where that square is. I need to put up my... Normally I don't keep my mini-map on, but we'll do that so then that way I know roughly where I'm at. Perfect. This is so funny. I'm really enjoying this already. Oh, that's so quick and easy. Okay, love that. Now, we do need some more, like, I'm gonna build basically, oop, not that. Build a cliffside here, pretty much, because that will be my marker or for where the Shire area should end. Okay, I want to just take a little peek at the Shire while I'm just sitting here. I'm thinking, because how much water does the Shire have when we're thinking about that, eh? Why did I just look up Shire water? Okay. Shire, Lord of the Rings. Okay, they have ponds, they have rivers. They have more pine trees. They're not pine. Are they pine? Cypress? It's a lot. Okay. Main thing about the Shire is that it is rolling hills. Okay, I do see a bridge that we could use as a good little focal point. We could use that with the waterfront. I think that would look nice. Okay, so we'll go to Lloyd. We'll kind of figure that part out. This might not be permanent. I'm not going to spend too long on this first day. This is really, again, me figuring out what you can even do. So, thank you for all watching. Take that out, Catherine. That's not fun. Okay. Heading over to Lloyd now. I want to get a stone bridge. Because if we have a water mouth, a river mouth there, then we might as well put something there. Bridges and inclines. And this will be good to see. How does this work? Okay, now I think it makes the most sense. Oh, that's cute. But with the shot... I never use these bridges, by the way. Okay. The Shire seems to have some more stone. Yeah, they got gray stone for their walls and for their infrastructure in terms of their bridges. Even though it's very wooden and natural feeling, it is very gray that way. So that's what we'll do. So a stone bridge. And I have a feeling we're going to be using that one semi-frequently in this. That and that more brown wooden one. Wooden Zen one. Huh. I'm so lost now. This is very hard. You know, I might take a moment here and pause, and then we're gonna come back to this with a little bit better perspective, okay? Okay, thank you for holding on for that brief break. I know those couple seconds were really intense. So I was thinking about it a little bit more. We definitely can connect that river over here, but I think what I want is that this is already so homey looking that I think it should be part of the Shire, and we want to have something pretty right off the bat. So I'm thinking over here, at least, we want to have that river come over. So I'm going to drag it all the way over here, and then that way we'll pretty much go build a bridge as well. And then we'll create a cliffside as well, just to see how much it is. So I'm going to just start over here, and then we'll just speed past this. And I'm thinking we are also going to make a little pond that will end around here where this tree is. Let's get rid of that. Why did I think that before the stump wasn't there? I'm so silly, guys. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to bring that more south because that might be a bit too much. Like, obviously I'll connect these lines to smooth it out here, but let's make that a bit more round. So I'm just reflecting, again, just thinking about the overall, because we're going to have basically a little pool here. And this isn't too far off from this first square where this is where we're gonna draw the line in the sand of where the Shire Hills were gonna start. So I'm definitely gonna create this visual here, so then that way I know where the Shire begins and ends. Again, kind of in line with that cliffside that we just made a little bit earlier. And it's gonna be going a bit more on a diagonal here because I want to still go with those rolling hills. Because if we're coming out here, yep, you can kind of see that right from the start. It might be a couple spaces too far back, but that might not be a bad thing. Either way, these are going to have to be a couple spaces deep because I think it'll help having some trees on there as well. There's going to be a lot of foliage, a lot of bushes, as what I'm thinking. The Shire is going to be one where it's going to be a lot of terraforming to start off with, and it's the first area, and that might be more difficult. With the other areas, it's going to be a lot more cityscaping, which isn't bad, but it's like this is the road, so I'm just going in a straight line with the designs that I have, and then here's the castle wall. Like, that stuff doesn't seem as hard to me. Versus, like, the Shire is gonna be making it natural. I'm starting off with the hardest job here. And it might be one that we come back to a couple times just to make sure that it looks nice. But, like, yeah, here's what I'm thinking. Like, if we kind of keep it rolling, and we'll eventually connect to the cliff on the other side. Okay, brain. Yeah, keep that still up. The Shire, guys, is also the prettiest place in the island. Like, sure, you got Rivendell and everything else, that's so gorgeous, but this is it. This is the one where, when I was watching it, the colors are so beautiful. They really do something with the color design to add a lot more yellow to the grass. But also, they're not adding that much. New Zealand is just that beautiful, and it's this farmland that they've found that someone, I guess, was willing to let them film on. I've been watching the special features lately too, and that's been really enjoyable. Again, I used to watch the special features every single summer when I was off school as a kiddo. I would make myself a big batch of pancakes and I'd watch it at midnight. Typically, if my parents were away on vacation, I'm saying kiddo, I was like a teenager probably. So I was definitely old enough to take care of myself. But I would love to do it. I always wanted to go into set design or costume design back then. It really just sparked my creativity every single point. And I am not in film now. I am not in costume design or fashion. But I do have an Animal Crossing. So, is that pretty much the same thing? I was joking with my sister Beast of like, oh, I need to build bigotures, and this is all this is. It's just me finally being able to make bigotures. Okay, so I'm gonna fill in these gaps here. Oh, don't want to block myself off here. Okay, and once I fill in this tiny gap here, I'm just going to take a quick little look again to see how I feel about that perspective. Okay. Yeah, because I wanted to be something like maybe you don't... Because you can't see anything here anyway, so it's not like it's going to be right in the forefront. But if we have this as like a little bit more of a glen, a meadow, flowers kind of to start off with, and then kind of meandering path where you can see more of the homes. This does need to kind of be brought a bit more forward to this corner here. And I just know in my heart that there's other people who have made little hobbit holes. They must have. This I can't be the first person who's come up with this idea, so I'm gonna look on Pinterest a bit to see what people did for their hobbit holes. I'm thinking, like, obviously it's gonna be panels, of course, but I'm taking, like, the round panel for the door. Okay. This house does need to leave, but I think it makes sense. My house will go into Rohan, and then does it always just look like my house? Lloyd, what can I do with my house? Okay, we can renovate it, we're fine. Sorry, I was worried. I was like, wait a second, it might not work there. Might have to renovate my house in real life. Okay. So I think if we put the bridge right here, that would be good. How do I use this again? Wait. How do I... Wait. How do you do that? Oh my god. It records your latest? That's crazy. What? Okay. Do any of them match a Middle-earth vibe? Twiggy! Oh, Twiggy was like one of my first ones. Oh, and Ribbit. Oh, jeez. None of you guys really match it. And you could really see how many frogs I had at the start. I had a lot of frogs. I don't remember ever having O'Hare or Flurry. I remember Timmy and Tad. So it's really funny because it's like Timmy, Tommy, Tammy, Tad. Were my first two, and I wanted Tammy out of there so badly. Cherry. I felt bad about getting rid of Cherry eventually. This is nutso. I did love Gale. Gale was cute. Oh. Okay, well, Chino is definitely an elf. Let's say that for one. And then, honestly, maybe the robot ones, Ribbit and Cephalobot, could they be dwarves? And who would be my hobbits? Maybe my puppies and my kitties. Marshall's too sassy to be a hobbit. I don't think he could be one. Not that I think I'll be able to control them. This is so fun. Okay, that does change things a bit. Rattle kind of looks like he belongs in a medieval world. Oh. Wow. I didn't figure out how to do the bridge, though. I just genuinely forgot how this works. Okay. Okay, I want to get more on a diagonal. It's not going to be wide enough. Okay. That's fine. So we're just going to try and make that even enough so then that way it'll accept the bridge. What is wrong with this? Is it too wide? It's too wide. Okay, let me imagine it. Okay. Oh, yes, that's a great spot. Sure, why not? Okay, I just need enough for it to, like, kind of work. Perfect. Okay. Just, like, clean up those edges. And I don't want that to be so wide because this is going to be more of a road where you can see the Shire homes. Oh, that's going to be so cute. Okay. All right. We did nothing Lord of the Rings themed so far in this, but we started thinking about things, and that's all we can really ask for. Okay, well, thank you for joining me on this brainstorming session. Next time, we're going to try and do a bit more of actual design. So I'll see y'all the next time. Bye!